This is prep test 86, section 1, questions 18 through 23. There's a clinic assigning doctors to shifts for 7 days, Sunday through Saturday, with exactly one doctor assigned each day. 6 doctors, GHK, LNP. Will be assigned. Each doctor will be assigned to at least one day. Okay, so let's draw out the 7 days. So one doctor is going to be assigned twice. Let's see. So here we start with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. And now we know that the doctor that does Sunday does Saturday. Okay, so I'll just write this down as a constraint. So that's whoever it is that goes twice. Then we have G must be assigned exactly one day. So G is not going on Sunday or Saturday. Okay. The day to which G is assigned must be immediately before, immediately after K. So G and K are consec. Not necessarily in that order, but I remember that G is only going once, so if they may be consec, but G is not going to be Saturday or Sunday. Next, H cannot be assigned a day immediately before or immediately after M. Okay, so that's not happening. Oh, and I have, I'm sorry, GK. And now we have HN. And P is assigned to Tuesday, so P's Tuesday. Okay. And they didn't tell us anything about L. Okay. Boy, there's not much here. You see there's no, other than the G, there's no overlap. So P, we can put on Tuesday. And really what you're left with is the G and the K, but there are so many different places they can go. Like right now, you know, you would never try to organize on that amendment because there's so many places they could go. We've got to deal with the H and the N, and that's 4. So with the P, those are 5 of my 6 letters. L's the last letter that we have to account for, and so these are the 5 that you know, one of which gets repeated, right? So we're going to remember that G goes once. I may want to create some kind of visual here for Sunday and Saturday, you know, that is something like this. Yeah, just to remind myself, right, that those are the same. And that's it. I'm ready to go. There's really not a whole lot to do here. So it's very wide open. So with that, let me answer the orientation question and just take an order. I look at Saturday and Sunday have to be the same. So A is fine. B is not. C is fine. D is fine. E is fine. So out goes B. G's got to go once. So in A, we're fine. In C, we're fine. D, we're fine. And then E, we're fine. G and K have to be consec. And A, we're not fine. So A's gone. C is fine. D is fine. E is fine. H and N cannot be next to each other, so out goes C. And D is fine. And E is fine. And finally, P is Tuesday. And on E, they have P at Monday. So the answer is going to be D for Drusus, and we move on. Okay, let's see what we have for 19. 19, we have some more information, which is what I would expect here because there's so little concrete. If N is assigned to Sunday, what's got to be true? So I'm not really looking at the answer choices. I'm going to put the information in. If N is assigned to Sunday, well, you know, H has got to get out of here. H can't be here or here. All right. So the G and the K are going to have to the G and the K are going to have to be distributed in this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday area. All right. And so I have so the H now has to be here, but meaning it's got to be with G and the K, but it can't separate the G and the K. In other words, you can't put the H on Thursday because you'd break up the G and the K. You can't put it on Friday because you can't put it on Friday. And so what must be true is that you're going to have H. I can erase this now. You're going to have H, G, K, and that's reversible. Could be KG, and L. Okay. We'll see what we have. Choice A says H is assigned to Wednesday, and that's the answer. So if you want to make sure you didn't screw up, you can keep looking. B, H is assigned to Thursday. No. C, K is assigned to Thursday. Could be true, doesn't have to be true. D, K is assigned to Friday. Same answer. Could be, doesn't have to be. And E, L is assigned to Wednesday. No, H is. So the answer to 19 is A for Augustus. Okay. Next, question number 20. If K is assigned to Thursday, okay, well, let's put K in Thursday. We can do that. All right, and that tells me the G is flipping one way or the other, right? Either Wednesday or Friday. Any of the following could be true except. So I'm looking for a statement that must be false. And, what do I have here? I just need to keep these two guys, the H and the N, away from one another. So that, so let me just see what they give me. I'll put the information in and work it. So if it could be true, we don't have the answer, right? We're looking for something that must be false. So you can word it either way. You can look for what must be false, and you're only going to find one answer. Or you can look for what could be true, in which case you're going to find 4 answers and bump into the right answer probably along the way. All right, so A, can H be assigned to Friday? Well, yeah. I mean, you put H here on Friday. You just got to keep the H away from the N, right? So if I put the H here, I put the N here, I'm keeping them away from one another, all right? And then I just use the L on the weekend, and the G flips onto Wednesday. So that's fine. Okay. So that is not a statement that must be false. B, how about if I put L? Well, that's just silly. I just established L could be on Sunday, right? I mean, I'll do it again, but you put L here, you put L here. it doesn't matter really which way you flip the G, right? But you have room for the H or the N here, and for the H or the N here. And again, you could also do that with Wednesday and Monday. So that's a statement that would be, it could be true, therefore it's not the answer. Let's look at C. Could it be true that L is on Wednesday? Well, if I put L on Wednesday, now I've got to deal with G and K. So I can't put G and K on, and it have to be KG. I can't put them on Sunday, Monday, because if I put KG there, I'd have to repeat. In other words, if you do this, right? If you said, because you got to deal with the KG, right? And the G can't be the weekend, so that doesn't really matter, right? But if you did that, now you're forcing the H and the N next to each other. So there's really no way you can get this done. If I want to move the KG, say, well, what if I didn't put it there? Well, you can't put the KG here. It doesn't matter whether it's GK. So here wouldn't matter if we did GK or KG, but it doesn't matter because the point at which you do that, again, you don't have L available to you, right? So you're now the only two letters you have left are H and N, and whoever you put on Saturday is going to be on Sunday next to whoever it is, Monday. So it doesn't matter, right? If you make this H, this will be H, this will be N, and that's the answer. It means that is a statement that cannot be the case that L is scheduled for Wednesday. And again, you got to stop. So the answer is L is assigned to Wednesday is a statement that cannot be true. Okay, so that answer there is C. Let's look at question number 21. Well, here's what do we do if L is assigned to Wednesday? I don't know. Let's find out. If L is assigned to Wednesday, all right, you want to know what could be true. So I'm going to work it. I mean, I know what I need to keep away from. I mean, I need the G and the K. It looks like you're going to try to keep Monday open because you're separating the H and the N. So I see separating the H and the N on Monday and Thursday. But, we'll see where they take me. Could it be true that G is Monday? Well, you got to go through this kind of quickly. If G is Monday, then G is Saturday. And what do we got here? G and K is Friday. All right. So if Graham is assigned to Monday, then you have room on, I'm sorry. Graham is assigned, I put Graham on Sunday instead of on Monday. You don't want to do that on the test. So if I put Graham on Monday, then I've got to put K here. I got to put K here, and that's not going to work because it's going to force the H and the N together. All right, so that's not going to work. How about if we say, if H is Sunday? Well, if H is Sunday, I got to repeat the H. But I've got to keep the G and the K together, right? If the only way to keep the G and the K together is over here. And by doing that, you force the N here, and that's not going to work. All right. Okay, how about can I put K on Friday? Well, if I put K on Friday, again, I've got to put the G. If I put the G on Thursday, well, I'm going to have to put the G on Thursday because the G can't go on Saturday because it'd have to repeat itself. So again, now you're only left with H and N, and they're going to be next to each other on Sunday and Monday. So that's not working. How about N on Sunday? Okay, well, if I put N on Sunday, And have to have N here. Oop, took the L away from there. We don't want to do that. And again, that's going to force the G and the K here, which is going to force the H here and violate the rules. So the answer is going to be E. Let me get that L back in there. And E says, can you have Nelson on Thursday? So if I put Nelson on Thursday, there's going to be room for H on Monday. That's where I'm going to go, right? Because then I'm going to say, well, I've got G and K. So I'm going to do G, K, K, and then I'm fine here on H. And that's the answer. So the answer to 21 is E. You just need to be patient. You need to have a plan. Decide how many of the hypotheticals you're going to do. And, the moment you start to rush, you die. So don't rush. Okay. And now we have one more. Now this is question number, two more, 22. So now they say, well, what happens if we put L on Thursday? And then they want to know what must be true. Okay. So if I put L on Thursday, and you want to know what must be true, well, it's the G and the K, right? The G and the K have to be together. The G cannot be on Saturday or Sunday. So you have to have the K here, right? Because they got to be consecutive. So the K is going to have to be here. K is going to have to be here. The G can be here or here, right? Because you can move the H and the N around. You're going to put an H or an N here. You're going to have then one other space for an H and N that's not next to it. So if you want to know what must be true, it's got a K Saturday and Sunday. And you would get the answer right because they obviously don't have both of those there. The answer is D, that K is Sunday. And so we solved that. So then back here, raised. Okay. And then we come to the final question, 23. And what do we have here? Any of the following could be true except, okay, I don't know. Could G be assigned to Friday? So you kind of stuck and just be patient. And could G be Friday? Yeah, and we've done this like quite a few times, right? Yeah, because it's going to be G, K, K. And you just need to be able to keep the N and the H separate, and that's going to be fine. You're going to put one on Monday and one on either Wednesday or Thursday. So this shouldn't take a ton of time. B, can H be on Sunday? If I put the H on Sunday, I'd have to put the H back here on Saturday, which means I have to separate the H from the N, right? So it's going to have to be, because I got to get the G and the K together. So by putting the G and K here, I have room for the N here, and then the L would be on Monday. So that's fine. So it's not the answer, right? Because this we're looking for something can't be true. How about can I put H on Friday? Well, if I put H on Friday, again, I just got to keep the N away. So I don't want the N to be on Thursday. Okay, so I could do that. I mean, there may be other ways of doing it, but I'm just trying to keep the N away, which means not on Thursday, not on Saturday. So I can do the GK here, all right, which fills up Thursday. Put the L here, and then the N here. So that's fine. You just need to not rush. How about D? K's on Sunday. Well, yeah, K there. Now we've done this before. We're fine. You're going to put the G here. You have the L to separate these other two. So in other words, as long as you put the L either here or here, then you have room for the H or N here, and you're fine. So yes, the answer is you can let's get that erased here. Okay. So K on Sunday is not a problem. So all you got left is E. Can you put L on Friday? The answer is no, you can't put L on Friday. Because if you put L on Friday, you can't put the GK on Wednesday and Thursday because that's going to put the HN together. And you can't put the GK on Sunday, Monday, because that's going to put the HN together. And so the answer there is E. It cannot be true that L would be assigned to Friday. And that's how you would resolve questions 18 through 23 on Prep Test 86.